This is the 9th video in my series on using Google Sheets to do inferential statistics largely by simulation in a way that is hopefully more intuitive than using statistical tests. In this video, we're going to take this 2018 July Pulse of the Nation survey done by the good people at Cards Against Humanity, and we're going to narrow it down to 2 variables, and then we're going to do what's called scrubbing the data. We're going to eliminate everything but just those 2 variables, and we're going to eliminate the answers that don't really make any sense or don't work for our purposes, like these don't know refused, and consolidate the strongly disagrees with the somewhat disagrees and so forth. This is very similar to video 1 where I did this with numerical data, but this time we're going to do it with categorical data. First thing I want to do is take the 2 columns I'm interested in, which are whether or not people disagree that nobody deserves a free handout from the government, and whether they think that applies if the handout is going to a small working class in America's heartland. So first, let's take this column. Let's create a new sheet. Let's take this column here and let's copy and paste that to the new sheet. And then let's take the other column I'm interested in and copy and paste that. First thing I want to do, view, freeze, 1 row. That'll allow Google Sheets to recognize that this top row is a heading, and it means as I scroll up and down, it won't go away. It also means when I start randomizing and changing things, it won't mess with the top row. Now I'm going to start with row A. I'm going to sort that sheet from A to Z, sort the sheet by that row, puts all the don't know / refuse at the top, click on the first one, scroll down to the last one, hold shift, click there, right click and just delete all of those. I can't really use those people for my analysis anyway. Now I want to do the same thing with row B, sort sheet A to Z, find the don't know refuse, the people who wouldn't answer the question, hold shift, click on the last one, right click and just delete rows. All right, now I've got those people removed from my data. Now I have all these somewhat agrees and a strongly agrees. I want to really clump those together and just treat those all as agrees. So I'm going to go edit, find and replace on this sheet only. I don't want to mess with the original data. Find somewhat agree and replace it with just the word agree. And it just replaced all the somewhat agrees with agree. I want to do the same thing with the strongly. Done. Now I want to do that with the strongly disagree. Replace those with disagree. Done. And lastly, the somewhat. Done. Note I'm checking here to make sure I actually got them. All right, now I have a nicely scrubbed spreadsheet. Every single person on here has an answer to both questions. The answers are all either agree or disagree. There's no other option available. And I've got all the yeses. Everyone either answered yes or no to the question on the right. My data set is scrubbed, and I'm ready to start analyzing.